Hello, this is Bill Steffen. Hello, and it's Mother's Day today, so a big salute to all the mothers out there. I am back down in the man cave, as you can see here behind me. There's the old picture of me from college and the man cave sign that my daughter got for me. Salute to my mom to start out with. She was born in 1919, passed away in 2019 at the age of 100 years, 5 months, and 28 days. So that's pretty amazing. This is a picture with her with Rosie the cat. We've talked about Rosie before, the tailless cat that my mother loves so much. And this picture was taken when she was about 97 years old, give or take a year or so. I think during her 100 years, she only lost one tooth after losing her baby teeth, of course, and very healthy. She would say that the secret to living long is read a book a week and walk a mile a day, and she tried to do that. She was still doing that when she was 99 years old. All right, let's move on here and take a look at some rather interesting temperatures. This is boy, May and June are the months of lake effect cooling out on the lake. And it was dramatic here on Saturday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The temperature in Grand Rapids was 76. Okay, you're sitting here in Grand Rapids and you're going, okay, let's go to the beach. Nice day there, right? We can kind of play in the water a little bit, get your feet wet. Look at the temperature at the Holland Pier. At the same time, it was 76 in Grand Rapids. It was 46 at the Holland Pier. And you only had to go a few miles inland before the temperature was considerably warmer than that. But right at the beach. In fact, I talked to somebody that was at the beach at Grand Haven, and they actually had to retreat after a while because they were getting chilly. They were going to hike out to the end of the lighthouse out there, but decided that it was too breezy and choppy out there and not a good idea. All right, let's take a look at our headlines here. More sunshine for this afternoon and all day tomorrow. We will have a chance of a shower Tuesday and Wednesday, but they will be few and far between. And if you got something going on Tuesday and Wednesday, you may get it in between the showers here. We may very well get in some of the golf leagues and softball leagues those 2 days. There's a better bet for thunderstorms here Thursday evening. And then I think it gets nice for next weekend. So the timing on this is pretty good. And the next several days, warm inland, relatively warm inland, but cooler if you're going to be by Lake Michigan. If you're going to be there, you probably want to grab a jacket and take it with you. Okay, we're going to take time out right now and thank our sponsors, starting with Complete Care Concierge, LLC.
Need a fast, efficient, and affordable cleaning service? Complete Care Concierge has you covered. Serving all of West Michigan, we offer one-time, daily, weekly, and bi-weekly cleans, plus move in, move out. We also service apartment hallways and laundry rooms. Our work is guaranteed, gift cards are available, and we even clean on weekends. There's no better way to say I love you than giving a tired mom a break from dishes and laundry. Are you a busy professional? Pamper yourself by taking vacuuming and dusting off your plate. Office manager, keep your business looking and feeling its very best. Call 616-264-1397 today for a spotless space and total peace of mind.
When your home needs help, you might not know where to start. Why not ask Ace? We're always here to help with Ace Handyman Services. Our talented craftsmen handle everything from drywall and carpentry to doors and kitchens. We're the neighbors you trust to get the job done right. Let's get started. Book your handyman appointment today. Ace Handyman Services, bringing helpful to your home.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Well, here's a look at severe weather across the United States. We'll start out with this Sunday afternoon. There's a marginal risk from Mississippi to Florida. It comes up right about to Birmingham. And as you can see, it covers Florida, a good portion of the southeast. And again, it's just a marginal risk. It's only level 1. There could be an isolated strong wind gust or a little bit of hail, but most areas probably won't see that. And look at the second area of marginal severe weather outlook. That's from eastern Idaho up through a good portion of Montana and into western North Dakota. That area is prone to see some thunderstorms here during the afternoon. A few of those could contain some pretty strong gusty winds. Now, the most important slide I have to show you is about the severe weather threat for Thursday evening. This is later on, Thursday evening. We're giving you about 5 days notice here, but this is the most significant chance that we'll see severe weather here in the lower Great Lakes. And the Storm Prediction Center says a notable increase in low-level moisture and destabilization across the lower Mississippi Valley into the upper Midwest and lower Ohio Valley by late next Thursday into Thursday night in the presence of strong shear. And shear is when the wind changes direction with height. You look for that on days when you might spin up a tornado. It appears that this environment could become supportive of supercells or one or two organizing severe storm clusters. So we're going to keep an eye on things. This includes a good portion of West Michigan, and that would be as storms develop out by the Mississippi River and then charge eastward here during the evening hours into West Michigan. So again, if you got a golf league, softball league on Thursday, probably want to pay attention to later forecasts as we update this, and that would be again for Thursday of this coming week. Okay, in the meantime, some fun stuff going on today. Hey, take mom to the ball game. Whitecaps are playing Lansing, a couple of good teams. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the start time. Temperatures will be in the low 70s start. On the field, it may be a couple degrees warmer than that, but all in all, a great day for baseball. So if you're interested, check that out. And we've got other things to talk about here, too. This is the Tulip Time's last day this Sunday, and we expect a great day there. It should be sunny. The wind coming in off the lake will keep temperatures a bit cooler there. I think we'll be generally in the mid-60s, maybe even low 60s here by late morning. And that picture is from Windmill Island on Saturday. There were a zillion people there. And the tulips are looking gorgeous. People have told me this is one of the better tulip festivals they've ever had, not only because the tulips are shining brightly, but also because of the fact that we've had some pretty good weather here to close this out. So Tulip Time looking good. And even after Tulip Time, I'm going to mention this tomorrow too, I think, because we've gone down there after Tulip Time. You don't quite get the crowds, but you do get to see the tulips, which will still be in bloom and looking beautiful. Okay, well, 66-hour rainfall, and you can see it's really concentrated in the southeast. Boy, the entire state of South Carolina gets over an inch of rain, and in fact, that's actually 2 inches of rain. But boy, from southern Virginia through North Carolina, just round after round of showers and thunderstorms, and that extends down into Florida. So anybody on vacation down there is going to see kind of a wet day, especially if you're in the northern part of the state. And you can see there's showers out in the western United States too. Not a big storm by any means out there, but enough moisture coming on shore to produce showers and even some snow in the higher elevations. If we take a look at the snowfall map, be able to show you that in the western United States, first of all, my fault. First of all, I want to zoom in to West Michigan. A little bit of light green there. That's less than 1/10 of an inch of rain. That's for the rain that would be coming here late Monday night into Tuesday. And like I said, it really wouldn't amount to much if we saw any at all here. Okay, now let's go on to snowfall out west. You can see the blue areas, and that's generally above 10,000 feet. The Sierras, the Cascade Mountains, Mount Shasta could pick up a little bit of snow, and a little bit of snow in the higher elevations of Idaho into southwestern Montana as well. Shouldn't be too much of a problem, but there's still a little bit of winter going on out there. Okay, more to show you here. First of all, our forecast for today, a big climb, 30 degrees in Grand Rapids. We start out the day clear with a big full moon setting off to the west. Temperature at 42 degrees. We make it up to 72 degrees during the afternoon, and it should be totally sunny. So grab the sunblock if you're going to be out. Humidity falls to about 35 to 40% during the afternoon, and winds will be out of the east. They may be light enough for the lake breeze to kick in, but that would be right at the shoreline. I think for areas that are on the east side of Holland or Muskegon, you may not get the lake breeze there at all. And if you stay with an east wind, you'll be in the low to mid 70s like everybody else. If you get that west wind, it'll be cooler, but pretty much right along the lake shores where the cool air will be concentrated. Latest long range outlook is in right now, and we're going to go to all 3 days for high temperatures here. 73 degrees in Grand Rapids for a high temperature here, about same in Kalamazoo and Battle Creek. But you can see South Haven at 61. They do expect the lake breeze to kick in there. So if you're headed to South Haven or down toward Benton Harbor, you might want to think about grabbing a light jacket as you go, and maybe a hat. So Traverse City gets a east-southeast wind. They get a little bit of downslope up there, and so they may be the warmest place in the state with the high of 76 forecast there. On the Monday, and we'll see the warmest day, could be the warmest day of the week, 82 for Grand Rapids. Look at that. The lake breeze does kick in, so if you're right along the immediate lakeshore, especially if you're north of Muskegon, temperatures will be a bit cooler there. 71 for Ludington, 84 for Traverse City with the south wind, a little bit of downslope right there. Should be a warm day. In fact, most inland areas should be upper 70s to low 80s here. And it will be cooler over the open water. Look at the middle of Lake Michigan with the air temperature there of 52 in the afternoon, about 30 degrees different from Grand Rapids. Okay, Tuesday we're slightly cooler, still well up into the 70s, but slightly cooler because we'll have more clouds and the possibility for a random sprinkle or light shower. But again, much of the day it will not be raining. Okay, now we can move on and take a look at our forecast out to 5 days. Sunshiny skies for this Sunday and on Monday. 72 today inland, a little cooler at the lake. 81, what we're going for here on Monday. More clouds for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but a little sun poking through from time to time. There is a chance of a shower, not a sure thing, just a chance for Tuesday, Wednesday. And again, that better bet for picking up a shower or even a thunderstorm here comes late Thursday into early Thursday night. That's the time we'll have to watch. And it will be another warm day on Thursday with temperatures back up into the low 80s. So warm pattern here, but it's not going to last forever because our long-range outlook, 8 to 14 days, says temperatures will be cooler than average across the Great Lakes. And that is a change from what we've had. So you can expect, maybe not at the beginning, maybe not the 18th or 19th, but once we get into the 20th through the 24th, a cooler pattern. Temperatures, we will be seeing some days back into the 60s here. And with warm temperatures down to the south, as you can see, Florida, Texas, warmer than normal south, cooler than normal north. That means that there's a greater contrast of temperatures, and that will likely fuel some pretty good thunderstorm activity. Our 8 to 14 day rainfall outlook, precipitation outlook, shows a good blob of shower and thunderstorm activity developing over the Mississippi Valley, up into the Ohio Valley, and even up perhaps into southern lower Michigan. So we'll have to keep an eye on things. Weather pretty benign right now, but that should change, and we should get a little bit more active here later this week and the following week as well. Well, some extra slides to pass along. This is from Alex, who came and brought this to our attention. 1970, an F5 tornado in Lubbock, Texas. The preliminary rating on it was an F6. We've never had an F6 before. That would have been the first one. This was a monster tornado. Lubbock, Texas, Texas Panhandle, 26 fatalities. And formerly the costest tornado ever, $250 million in damage in 1970. That would be $2 billion today. So a rather ominous anniversary. Fortunately, nothing like that going on here today. And on the birthday list today, two greats, Irving Berlin. What a wonderful composer he was. One of the best songwriters in world history. Was born on this date in 1888. I believe he wrote God Bless America, and he was very grateful to have come here to America. And I believe the proceeds from that still go to the Boy Scouts, if I'm not mistaken. He had a piano that you could adjust so he could play everything in a certain key. It was really kind of neat. And Salvador Dali, the painter, born on this date in 1904. Now, I attended a pretty, one more slide here. May 11th, Grand Rapids weather records. We have the highest temperature ever, 89 degrees in 1922. And the lowest, it can get cold and frosty at this time of year, 28. And that was in 1907. The average high temperature is now up to 67. Average low temperature at 46 degrees. And that gets up into the mid 70s here as we turn the calendar to the month of June. Okay, now I want to tell you about the party I was at here Saturday night. Grand Rapids Magazine has a best of poll that they do of their readers, and there's many different categories. Best Oriental Restaurant, and they have that for certain categories related to personalities and news. And one of the things that they poll is Best Meteorologist. And lo and behold, I won that last year, and I am so eternally grateful for that. I think that's amazing since I'm not doing much TV anymore. Excuse me, but I am, of course, here doing the YouTube channel and BillSteffen.com. But we had a great party. There were lots of people there, and I got to see so many famous people that I've worked with in the past that I haven't seen in a long time. Had a great time catching up with some people. A few people I met that I should point out to you here. First of all, on the right is Randy Finch. Randy is the ice guru, and he's the one that makes those beautiful ice sculptures that you see around Grand Rapids any time of the year. And he was telling me a little bit about how heavy one of those is, how he looks at it to see how he could have done anything even a little bit better than what he did. But I can tell you, those are just amazing. They lasted all night long, and they were certainly a fine addition to the party that we had there. So if you're looking for an ice sculpture, he's the guy to contact here, the ice guru, Randy Finch. Some of the people that I met there, by the way, in that picture right there was my daughter and my wife and me. I would assume most of you know what I look like right now. Okay, now let's go on and take a look at some of the people that I met. Gracie Harkema was there. She's one of the first person I met. She is a speaker, leader, and media personality in town. We had a good chat there for a little bit. We also ran into, let's take a look at the next slide here. And I think we have next Rachel Ruiz, who was voted best female personality on TV here in West Michigan. We're holding up the sign there. That's the cover of Grand Rapids Magazine that's out right now. So we had time catching up. Her girls are getting a little older. One of them is learning how to drive right now. It's already driving, so time passes, and it was nice to see Rachel. Also, we ran into Terry DeBoer, who used to work at Storm Team 8, now works at WXMI, Channel 17. And she's only there in the morning on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. But we had a nice chat catching up on what our kids are doing. Her daughter, I believe, daughter number one has a PhD. So it's a lot of smart people in the DeBoer family. But it was nice running into her, and we wish her the best here. Okay, let's see what else we got here. As everybody was leaving the building, this was kind of cool. I saw somebody who had taken a look and had an app on their phone to follow the International Space Station. And they were all excited because the ISS was going to be flying right over Grand Rapids right as the party was getting out. So some of us stayed in the parking lot and watched it, and we wanted to see who's the first one that's going to see it. It was visible for 6 minutes. It was as bright or brighter than Venus, despite the fact that we had a full moon out there, which was looking pretty good as well. We saw that go by. There's people up there. I believe there's 3 people up in the International Space Station now. So, it's interesting to watch them. I think they're about, if I remember right, the International Space Station is as high as the distance between Grand Rapids and Indianapolis. So it's a couple of 100 miles up above the ground, and it circles the Earth about every 93 minutes or so. So I've seen it twice in one night. It kind of meanders and moves around a little bit, but really, really kind of neat to see that once again. By the way, on the moon, we're speaking of the moon, full moon, the flower moon of May, and it is really kind of a sight to see, and we're lucky to have clear skies. We can see that. Riverbank Run. Here's a look at some of the winners. If you didn't hear, the times were very good. Well, one of the reasons for that, of course, was that the weather was pretty good. The runners like it, 40s and 50s, where it's not too warm out there. They really don't like days when it's in the 70s and 80s, of course. But those are your 3 winners, and that time for Carrie up there, Carrie Elwood, at 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 24 seconds, and it was that's really a good time, really a good time. For the men, Casey Klinger, no relation to the guy on MASH. That is a new American record that he set. So that is for a race, a 25K race. So we salute Casey, Joe and Hillary coming in second and third. It was a great day for the race here in Grand Rapids. We're really showing good, and a lot of people that are new to Grand Rapids, learning about the town, and a lot of visitors here as well. Okay, I think we've come to the end of our meteorological and other journey here today. Let's close out by saying a special salute to all the moms out there, and thanks to all of you for coming on board here and following us until the end. Have a great day.